Sinura Wahalathanthri, and I'm here with my fifth video from the DBMS question set series. So in this video, we'll be talking about the fifth question set. So in this video, I'll be explaining about how to create a database using the MySQL Workbench software or the HeidiSQL. That means soon in this video, I'll be using the HeidiSQL software, and I'll be creating a customized table. That means a customized table means that I can give my IDs like that, first name, last name, and giving my own data type and the link. And for this video, I'll be using insert query statement. So insert query means that to add a data, that means to insert a data, we use insert queries. So in this video, I'll be writing insert queries for my HeidiSQL. So now let's move on for our question set. So in this question set, also there is a description. So this description is about a board of directors of the New Vision Academy has decided to computerize the information of all the teachers in the educational institution. The software is developed by the Tharaka software solution. Assume that you are working as a senior software engineer in this company, and you and your team are responsible for creating the database of this software. Create the database according to the instructions given to you as follows. Now they're telling me that the board of directors of this New Vision Academy has decided to make a database to store all the teachers' data in this institution. So now they have told the Tharaka Software Solution company to do this. So now they're telling me to think or assume that I'm working over there as a senior software engineer, and I'm responsible, that means me and my team is responsible to create that database. So now let's move on for our first question. Our first question is to create a database called the New Vision Academy. So right now I will copy this. So this New Vision Academy database, to create it, I'll be using my HeidiSQL. So y'all know this home page. So what we should do is we should go and type our password on it. So after I give my password, I will give enter. So if you want, you can give open. Then I'll be gone to my database. Now to create a database in Heidi, what we should do is we should go and click on top of our main DB. That means in this case, in my one, I have a DB named as grpcjt. So I will right click on top of it and give create new. And when you give create new, I will give database. So after you give database, they're asking for the database name. So I will give this as New Vision Academy. Okay. So now I will give okay. So I'm going to give okay. So when I give okay, y'all can see that when you stay a while, it will reload automatically. So if it don't happen, you can disconnect it from here and again connect. So don't worry about this disconnecting. So don't be scared that all the databases will be gone. The disconnect means that you will go to the place where you should give your password again. So that is how you disconnect. So it's a small process. You just want to click on top of it. Now when you go, y'all can see that the New Vision Academy has been created over here. So now let's check our second question. So our second question is to create a table called the teacher. So this software has a table called teacher to store teachers' data. Follow the instruction given to create it. So I should give my email, contact number, gender, first name, last name, teacher registration number. So y'all can see the data types they have given and the length. So now let's do according for those features. Now in our HeidiSQL, we should go and right click on top of our database. Then I should give create new and give table. So when you give table, we should give teacher as the name. Then when you give teacher, I should give add to add a column. So I will give it as, so I will take it from here because it would be more easier than typing it. So I will copy this and give it over here. So I will give the data type as varchar. And they have told me the length as a 10. So for the default value, I won't give null because this is not an auto increment, so I want to give it as no default value. So no auto increment means that it goes as null, but after you don't click it, that means when you click outside, it will give an auto number. So right now I don't give that. So if you give null, it can't be a primary key. So I'm giving primary key even though it don't tell to put a primary key, I should give it a primary key because I don't want to duplicate the same value. So that's why I give the primary key. So what you should do is right click and go to create new indexes, and I should give primary key. So that is how you give a primary key. So when you give primary key, you all can see this. It will come like a small emblem, like a yellow color key. Then when you add again, a normal column will come. So I will copy this as the first name and the last name. So I will give my first name. So for our first name, I should give a varchar 45. Then for our last name, so I will give the same things what I gave for my first name. Then I will just change it for the last name. So the others are the gender, contact number. So for the contact number and the gender, the length is 10. So both data types are varchar and the both lengths are 10. So let's do that. So I'll give add and give gender first. Then for our length, I will give 10. Then when you give add, I will give contact number. Then after you give those two, I need to give my email. So this email has a varchar data type and a length with a 50. So let's give that also. So I give it as email. Then I will give the varchar 50. Varchar length as 50. So all are no default values. So if you want, you can give for our first name, last name, gender, contact number, and email null. But I won't do that because I like the no default value because it will give an error if you didn't put a value. So if you don't put the no default value, if it's null, even though you don't give a value, nothing will happen. It will stay as an empty column. So that is for our teachers table. So now let's go and save this. So what you should do is, after you create all of these tables, you all can see this as the primary key and others are just. So what you should do is, you just want to click the save button. Then when you give save, a small movement will come something like that. Then when you go to data, you all can see those columns has been arrived. Now let's check our third question. Enter the data shown in the table below in the database table you have set up above. So this means enter these data, that means these data that for the table that I have created. Do not use the graphical method when entering the data here. All data must be entered from the query statement. Now you all know that HeidiSQL can be given as a graphical method. So you can you can go and add a column from here, insert a row, then you can give. But they are telling me don't do that, but I should do it in an insert query. So now let's open a query tab to write this query. So So how are we supposed to take a query tag? So it is easy. So now let's check how can we take a query tag. So first what we should do is we should go to file. Then we should give new query tag. So when you click on top of that, a new query will be coming like this. So if you want to rename it, you can right click on top of it and give rename query. So for this, I will give DBMS till ask 5. So this means DBMS question set 5. Then what over here, what I should do is I should give a insert query. So how are we supposed to give this insert query? So this is easy. First, what we should do is we should first select our table. Then after we select the table, what we should do is we should tell for these I should give these values. Now I will give my insert query statement. So first we should type insert. Then we should tell insert into. Then we should specify our database. So I will tell insert into new vision academy. Then I will give a dot to tell for what table. Then I will give teacher. And after we give insert into new vision academy.teacher, and we should give insert into new vision academy teacher, and then after we give them, we should give our values. Then for this, I have another statement called value. Then after you give values, we should give a bracket. We should give these brackets and give a semicolon. So inside this bracket, we should give our values. So now let's give our values over here. So first is TEC001. So I need to copy this. Like this, I copied it. Then what we should do is we should give a single quotation. Then I will give my value. Then I will give a comma. Then I will again give something like this. So I will first give my single quotation. So I will count my rows. So you all can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows are there. So I will give single quotations as 6. So I will give 6 single quotations. So right now I have given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need another one. Then for our first name is Kumar. So I will give this. So I will give for our first name Kumar. Then last name is Mallavan. So I will give that. Then for our gender, he's a male. So let's give that. Okay. So I will give male. Then I will give my contact number. So I will give it over here. Then I need to give my email. So I will copy it from here. So like this, I have completed my insert query. So now there is nothing more to do. So what we should do is either give F9 or we should run this query. So how are we supposed to run this query? It's simple. What we should do is we should find our query running button. So this is the execute SQL. So execute SQL creates the insert query. That means it does the insert query for us. Then when you run it, you can see when I make it more bigger, y'all can see the queries that I have added in the moment has been happening over here. So y'all can see the query that I added right now is also over here. So this is because this is what I got from the beginning. So these are the database ones that I have given. So from this onwards, only our create table comes. So this is the query that I gave So not me, but it tells the query for this. So this is the query for the create table. So like this only our table is created, and y'all can see select default collation in, like that it has happened. So over here y'all can see the show create table. So like that I have created a teacher table. Then like this a constraint name. So like that it has happened. So to insert the query they have given this. So now let's check whether is it real or not. So what we should do is go to data and give refresh. So like this y'all can see the data that I have added over here is over here. So now like that I will make my other queries and come. So like this I have executed, I have typed my query. So y'all can see that the first one is also there. So would you think that if I again execute this whole query, would it work? No. So why is that? The answer is, you all know that if a primary key is there, you can't duplicate the same value. So if you didn't put the primary key, this won't be a thing to worry. So right now over here, because I have put the primary key, I can give my TEC001 again. So what I should do is, if you want, you can delete this row. So in this case, I will delete the row. Then I can execute this whole thing in a second. So if you want, you can delete that query and give the other query. So to make it more neat, I will just give enters over here. So then y'all can see it properly. So like this, I have given my whole query. So this is the whole query that we need to give our insert. That means to give our data of this. So y'all can see these data I have given over there. So right now, what we should do is that means what I should do is I should give F9 or execute SQL. So now let's do that. So I'll go and click on top of this. So when you click this, y'all can see over here these insert queries has been there. So y'all can see these queries are coming over here. Then let's check whether this is true or not. So right now in the data section there is no data. So when you give F5, y'all can see the whole data is over here. So this is how you give a insert query, and that is how we made the database for this. So yeah, so this is it for this question set. So I'll be back with my question set 6. So until that, stay tuned, have a nice day, and bye.